Okay, you ready for this?
Wait, what question is this?
Question 8. Okay, should have it all out, ready to go? Right, now one thing, I do like to talk about things it's not. It is definitely not, if I expand this, it is definitely not, and I did see this in at least one case, 5 squared plus 3 root 2 squared. We can't just apply the squared to both things. Alright? When it's brackets squared, hopefully you'll realise it is 2 lots of the brackets. Alright? So we've got 5 plus 3 root 2 times 5 plus 3 root 2. And then we do FOIL. So we get 5 times 5 is 25. And then we've got 5 lots of 3 root 2 is 15 root 2. And then I've got another one of those, so another 15 root 2. And then finally the 3 root 2 times 3 root 2. So what is 3 root 2 times 3 root 2? Pardon? 18, because? Well, it's 3 times 3 times root 2 times root 2. So that bit's 9, and root 2 times root 2 is? 2. 9 times 2. So this bit, finally, we should have plus 18. Okay? Does that make sense? So we end up in total with 25 plus 18 is 43. 15 plus 15 is 30 root 2. We've got 30 root 2. So that's that bit. Alright. Now, the next bit, hopefully you're recognising that that bit is what you've just done. So we should be saying, okay, I've got 43 plus 30 root 2. Now, this is what I said. So when it's an equals something with some P's and Q's in there, what we don't do is start rearranging and mixing the P and the Q up. What we want to try and do, same as the last one we did, is write this in such a way that it is in that form. So we kind of almost spread it out and go, right, I've got to have the P plus Q over root 8, and I'm going to ignore that bit until I get to it. So I just need to do this, rearrange it until it looks like something over root 8. That's what I'm trying to do. Does that make sense? So I think that was the bit we haven't done enough of, so now we're doing it. So you need to get a root 8 out of this. And also the root 8 needs to be the denominator of a fraction. Okay. So, any ideas? No? Ali?
So you have to do a big square root with 30 times 2 in it.
Okay, we could try that. So 43 plus root, well, it wouldn't be 30 times 2, it would be...
60?
Nope.
90?
No, because remember, instead of 30, I need it to be the square root of what makes 30. 30 squared then, isn't it? So
100. Oh no.
900. Yeah? And then that's times root 2. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm not saying this is necessarily what I would do, by the way, but Ali's offered a suggestion and it's fine so far. So 43 plus, that would be root 1800.
Right.
So what she's done, she's allowed to do that. It's not a problem. There's nothing mathematically wrong in what we've just done. Well, that's it. Is it helpful? Is that getting us where we need it to be? Maybe not. Yes?
Does 8 go into 1800?
Could do.
Then could it be that times 8 And then you
We'll
have
find out. You've got a calculator, I've not.
225.
225. 8 times 225. So we've got 43 plus 225 times 8. That's nice. Because then we've got, what is root 225? 15. So we've actually got 15 root 8.
Yay!
That's good, no? We've got where we need. So Ali decided to do something, and it has led us eventually to, it wouldn't necessarily be my route round, but it's a route round, and it's got us, at least it's got us part of what we need. We needed a route 8. So Annie and Linnea got us there, but my route 8 is in the wrong place. But I do have a route 8, which is good. Any further ideas? I need a denominator.
Over 1.
Okay. Still the wrong denominator. How do I make the denominator what I want it to be?
Flip it.
No. I can't just flip it. That would change its value. How do I change the denominator of a fraction?
Simplify. Cross simplify. Multiply. That's not it.
Multiply. What do I do?
Good job, Samira.
If I wanted 1 over 2 to have a denominator of 8, what do I do?
Multiply by whatever makes 8.
Okay, so multiply by 4. And that gives me something over 8. What over 8?
4 over 8.
Okay, why?
Because 1 times 4.
Okay. Now that's a rule of number. You can do that. You are allowed to do that. That doesn't change just because we have different numbers.
What denominator do we want? Wait, so what you times it? How are we going to multiply to get that?
Who said it? You said it. I can rely on you. You always give me these. Something sparks there, doesn't it? So we multiply by root 8.
43 root 8.
But we have to multiply this whole thing, yeah?
Yeah.
By root 8.
Yeah, I don't really know how to.
Yes, you do.
Wait. I don't know how that equals.
It doesn't matter. You just said you don't know how to do it. That's different.
Yeah,
Just how do you expand brackets? Okay.
Absurd.
Yes, you do. Root 8 times 43.
Wait, why is
43 root 8.
why does 15?
Plus,
15.
not quite.
15 times 8.
15 times 8. Which is?
Wait, 8.
15 times...
No, that's not it.
You've got calculators. I'm not asking you. What? 120.
So I was right.
All over
8.
root 8.
Wait, where's the root 8 gone?
I've just multiplied out the brackets.
But no, where's root 8 gone next to 15?
Because this one here, this bit, 15 root 8 times root 8 ends up being 15 root 8 root 8. Now root 8 times root 8 is 8. So we have 15 times 8, and 15 times 8 is 120. Which is where I've got. Now that is fundamentals, that's basics of surds. If that's confusing you, you need to go back and review right at the beginning. Okay, hang on, I need everyone to come back. I've got some giggly stuff. I don't know how to do it, I don't know how to do it. I'm going to stop here because I'm not going to think about it, I don't want to. But this is it. The fundamental thing here, root 8 times root 8, is root 8 squared. And if I do root 8 squared, squaring undoes rooting. Therefore, that squaring gets rid of the root. Therefore, I've got just 8. Okay? So this root 8 times 15 root 8 gives me the 120. Okay? Now, yes, the question is, I'm almost there. You're almost there. You've got root 8 as the denominator. Now, we did talk about this with algebraic fractions, how one thing can be equivalent to another thing. It just depends how you get there. All right? Now you just got to get that. Now, what are you going to offer us?
I was gonna say split it.
Split it. Okay. In what way?
43 root 8 over root 8 plus 120 over root 8. Then I don't know where I was going with that, so we can stop.
No, that's 100% correct.
I know. Good.
You know now, yeah? Does anyone else know at this stage? You don't know.
Okay, and then you can get rid of the root 8, yeah. And so you get 43 plus 120 over 8, which is exactly, no, it's not exactly, but it's what you have on the other side, p, like a whole number, plus a fraction. So q equals 120, and p equals 43.
Yeah?
Kind of a genius.
Modest as well. So that's the P, that's the Q from our other side. Yeah?
Can you give us another problem like that? So we
And
can
you
be able
able
to do
that.
Yeah, I feel like I just don't know what to do.
Like, I understand it, but it's like, how would you?
Morning. Yeah, please, yeah. Go for it. Shall I'm recording this awkward silence now, Sean. I'll